Okay, I actually think that this is a great opportunity, and I'll tell you why. I think the first thing that you want to do is actually pull him from the team, right? Because if he's got his mindset that he's a poor player and he's a reserve player at a young age, that could be very damaging. So I think you should do two different things. The first thing is pull him from, right? Don't let him be a reserve player. When I was 15 years old, I made the U18 Metro Stars as a reserve player, and my dad, wasn't having any of it because, right, you want your kids to play. So I think that you should put him into karate, put him into gymnastics, put him into kickboxing, put him into anything that will translate into more effective movement on the field, or improve confidence, or improve coordination. So right, but you have to develop an awareness of some of these things that I call soccer diamonds within your town. It could even be, right, Cristiano does Pilates, right? But I think ideally it's Muay Thai would be ideal. Gymnastics, right? Just movement. But I don't know what your town has to offer, right? So you got to do some research. So it's pull him out of something that might drain his mentality and his energy, and then you want to start to implement smart training with him. You want to start implementing effortless, fun training every day, something that he starts to look forward to. The first thing that I would, or you could speak with him about it, see if he wants to check out the dribble up ball. And the reason that this is cool is because it gamifies ball skills mastery. So it's like you have your own skills coach with an iPhone or whatever. So he could go at his own pace, right? And I think he can improve rapidly because it's fun when he's doing it. He's getting a good workout. So that's something that you might consider. If he's not using a kick trainer, my favorite is the SKLZ Solo Kick Trainer from Amazon. 24 bucks, but you can make one with a size 1 ball, a length of rope as long as his hip bone to his ankle bone, and then just tie a knot. But the key is you gotta show him how to use it, right? Because if you don't show him how to use it, he doesn't have a mental model of how it's supposed to look and how you're supposed to train with it effectively. So you want to actually make it for his size, but you want to use it so that it's the monkey see, monkey do principle. So with a kick trainer, you could cram months of training into days or weeks because the ball isn't flying all over the place. You're holding it by a rope, and you're going to get immediate feedback, lots of repetitions, and just developing an awareness of where the ball is going to go. So this is going to improve his passing, his shooting, his first touch, right? Teams like Sevilla, Ajax, AC Milan all encourage their players to use kick trainers. So I think this is one of the most underrated soccer training tools that he could use. Right, so the dribble up ball is going to address his dribbling and ball skills mastery. The kick trainer is going to address his first touch and ball striking and timing and rhythm and coordination. The next thing that you want to start doing with him is, if you have a barrel or a bucket or a landscaper's barrel, a game that you guys can play is juggling the ball. Right, you guys are essentially racing each other to see who can get the ball into the barrel faster, using your right foot, left foot, both feet alternating, right thigh, left thigh, both thighs alternating, and then finally with every part of your body, right? You could use your thighs, feet, combination, whatever. And this game is nice because beginners can use a bounce. They can use friendlier balls, right? Like a bouncy ball or a balloon. More advanced players, as you improve, you could start to take more and more steps backwards. You could use tennis balls. You could start to put stuff in your hands. So, if you begin to practice this game and make it challenging enough where you won't get it on the first try, but easy enough where it's doable, right? Because if it's too hard, he's not going to want to do it, right? So and you guys can both play this. So this is going to spark a lot of joy between you. So this is going to help him improve his juggling abilities, because it's, right, sometimes you tell a kid, oh, just practice juggling, and it's hard to kind of measure that. And it's, if you don't have a target to aim at, then some kids kind of lose either focus or excitement or joy from it, because they're not given a good map of how to learn how to juggle effectively, right? So this barrel game is perfect, because you could do it picnics, barbecues, after school, before school, holidays, before practices, before games. Anytime you see a bucket or barrel, you guys can just start juggling the balls and racing each other. So also, one thing that I think that you should do is develop your juggling abilities, because as you improve, and you're going to be bringing him to all these places, assuming that he loves the game, and it's going to be you or mom or whoever. So this is one thing that I wish my dad would have done, is spent a few minutes a day. And he was a fit guy, but he just didn't think that it was worth his time or energy to just pick up a juggling habit. But you could start to, once you guys' juggling gets decent, you guys can start pinging the ball back and forth with each other. So it'll just really have him developing rapidly compared to other kids whose parents aren't juggling with him. The last thing you want to start to do is play, is get 2 cones that are tall cones, right? The ones that you can knock over, and you want to invest in a size 1 ball. And then what you're going to start to do with each other is try to knock each other's cone over with the ball, right? So this is going to train attacking and defending, as well as shielding, and you want this to be at the end of all those things you've just done, right? So it's like a few minutes with the kick trainer, and then you could do you could do the dribble up ball, or kind of mix and match things. But that's kind of like the fun game that kind of puts it all together, right? And that's what I would, I did the same exact thing 27 years ago that helped me go from the worst player on the team to score more goals than the whole team combined, right? So this is a simple routine that's a lot of fun, and that's going to help him rapidly develop his skills and abilities. So, right, so what's the strategy in a nutshell, just to wrap it up? The strategy is, don't waste his time with being the reserve player, and then him maybe losing the love of the game because he thinks he's trash, even though that's not the case. So, and then put him into something that's going to grow his mind and grow his strength and his confidence. So like a karate, a Muay Thai, gymnastics, anything that's got a good track record or is reputable, right? And people who do a great job. And I think anyone who's in martial arts or even gymnastics, you usually do a pretty good job. And then it's, smart training with the dribble up ball, kick trainer, barrel game, then 1v1 to cones. So, right, and that's it, right? That's it. Then it's about, one season, one spring, or one summer, or you practice those things over and over and over, and it becomes, you're going to start to see him progress from, 2 juggles away with a bounce to the barrel to 3 juggles, no bounce. So it's, all these things are kind of measurable, and that's why they're effective, because you can see it. You can see the progress, especially with the dribbling, right? So a couple weeks of this, and right, I think you're going to start to know when the right time for him to, start investigating great teams, or, I don't know where you live, but no one's training like this, right? No one's putting this stuff together in this way, at least. I mean, you got kids maybe in in Central America or European countries who you know, maybe they don't have no food and all they do is play in the streets. So I'm not saying your son's going to be better than them per se, but a lot of these tools, it's like tools, soccer tools, can make or break a player, because with the right tools, it's just like in a kitchen. It's like if you have a crock pot, then you can let meat stew for 20 plus hours, right? So the tool is actually very important. So with these specific tools, it's like the most effective tools and games that teach skills rapidly. So, right, I've taught this, I've learned from this. You know, at 18 years old, I was on the number one ranked team in the whole US, PDA Cruyff, coached by Gatorade Coach of the Year, Doug Nevins. So, and Tom Turnbull, who does all the skills training, still does skills training out of New Jersey. So, you know, if you're in Jersey, I would reach out to him. But right, take action with all those things, and then and reach out with any questions. So I hope this helps. All right, thank you.